Hi, I'm Matt from hockeyreviews.ca, and this is how to tape your hockey stick. And so what we got is pry tape, scissors, and your favorite hockey stick, which for mine is the Warrior Covert QRL. This version of the video will be the longer one with me going over why I tape the way I do and actually showing me doing it, not just the quick cuts. So if you want the shorter one and the more generic one, please check that out in the description and on my channel as well. So let's begin. People always tape their sticks in different ways. It's all about personal preference. And personally, I don't think there's a right way or wrong way. If it works for you, then don't worry about it. For me, I tape the toe and go from the toe to the heel. So that I'll show why a little bit later. But some people will just tape here. Some people will tape here. Some people will tape the toe all the way to back here. It's all personal preference. If you like it that way, keep doing it. I will point out some things that you should look out for. Some people also tape the edges all the way around in the hopes of protecting that edge. I don't do that. I just think it's harder to take the tape off, and I don't know if the tape really makes any difference. Just like the rest of the tape job, the toe can be done in multiple different ways, and whatever way you want is whatever way is good. Some people just put the tape on the edge and fold the corners down. I don't like that. So what I do is I tape like this, where there'll be overhang on both sides and it's pretty close to the edge, and you just make sure there's no bumps. And then you go to the other side and you just join it down, and then you got to pull it tight. It's like that. And if this isn't tight, okay, there we go. So we tighten it all out, flatten it all out, and go like that. And then what we'll do is we'll cut the tape, and then we'll cut off the edges. So there we go. All right, so the next part is just trimming off the edges. I just do it at the beginning because I think it's easier to do it now or wrap the tape after it's trimmed than try to wrap the next part of the tape with that excess pieces just sitting around. It doesn't have to be perfect. You can fold down the corners if you want, but that's how mine is. I just like that better than there being bumps. Sorry, I'm angle this. Better than there being bumps all along the sides. So when attaching the next part to actually wrap around the tape, what I do is I will go to the back of the tape or stick, as you can see here, and go to the very bottom. And then there is a bit of overlap between the two layers. Flatten that out, and you can just fold it over a bit. And then get to the front, and you want to make sure that there's no gaps, because there is. We'll remove that and we'll put it on more of an angle. So now there's a bit more overlap. Smooth out any little bumps, and we come down here. As you can see there, we have a bit of overlap there, but I don't really make a lot. But there's the front side of it, and then we'll go to the back, and then we put a bit more angle here. And again, you just gotta flatten out all the parts. And the part with the very end, as you can see how it sticks up, just cut that excess off just to get it going. And then come down the front, make sure it's all flat. And that's basically the gist of it. Just make sure when you pull, you are pulling a bit tight. That way it will smooth out any bumps, and just like any air. We'll go to the back. I can never actually get this tape lined up. I did it once before. I did it once before, and I can't get this tape lined up right. I guess the angle I do it on is probably wrong, or the fact that I start way at the toe. As you can see, again, I do very little overlap. There's only like a small, let's see if we can show that. There's only a little tiny piece being overlapped. You can see it right there. I don't find the need to layer the tape that way. It's just not what I really look for. I try to get it tight and use as little as possible. Sometimes I use 1.5 inch tape, but this one didn't come in that, and I actually find 1.5 inch harder to get, harder to work with, especially when you're going around like the heel or like the toe, just because it's a little bit bigger. And again, I like to do it from toe to heel. That way the edges are right here, so puck won't get caught on that, because puck will slide this way, not usually this way. So it will hopefully make the tape last a bit longer. and just, yeah. So if anyone knows how to make this tape actually work better in terms of, that was a bad job I did there, in terms of making sure you always get the colors in the right area, please let me know, because I can't get it to work. And I usually don't have actually the problems with most of the tape I use. I'm today though, for some reason. And the problems I mean is the tape standing up, like right here. Usually that's pretty good and there's no bumps like that. So I just gotta pull it more. Okay, there we go. Again, I have to put some force behind that just to make sure it's all flat, and I screwed up. Okay, so some of the problems I had there was, I guess I didn't do enough of an angle, so now we have a bit too much overlap here, but I couldn't get the tape to be flat unless I did it on more of an angle, so that's where we are now. So now, yeah, as you can see, I'm still having problems with the back because of that. I can line this up. And here's where my tape job ends for the prettiness. The purple. So we're gonna do a little cheat here. So when we get to the end of like the back of the stick, I always end it at the back. I usually just bring it to the top of the blade and we'll just cut it off. And cut it off and stick it down firm. So we have a bit of overlap there, but that's fine. Then we get the front, which looks pretty good. Then we can trim off the excess. So that's, yeah, so now we're done with the main thing. Now we're just gonna trim off the little extra pieces, which as you can see are right here. And clearly from this angle, you can see that I missed a little bit right there. I don't think that's a big deal. I was kind of being, it's really annoying to do this on camera, to be completely honest. Just it gets in the way and you miss some stuff like that, and you're trying to hold a stick on a table. But the reason I go from toe to heel is so pucks, when you shoot a puck, it generally goes from your heel or the middle of the stick to the toe, and so that way it doesn't go over these bumps. It slides along the bumps and doesn't hit them, like hit the edges of it. Just in my idea, it helps the tape last longer, but that's about it. Again, I just do the toe all the way just because I started doing it and I thought, okay, why not? I had some chipping on sticks before with the toes. This one isn't bad, and it just holds it together. It's not that it's holding the stick together, it just holds the pieces from going everywhere, from stabbing yourself with carbon fiber bits. So that's one of the reasons. But that's about it for the tape job. Hopefully that part was helpful. I can't really do the top of the stick because I use Tacky Mac and different grips like butt ends. I try a bunch of different things. For me, when I did this, all I did was I originally did a knob like this, but then later on I would just do this knob here, so my hand would rest on this piece right here. But what I realized was it would wear, from my experience, wearing gloves with tape down here wears out the palms of the gloves, whereas Tacky Mac and other alternatives don't. This was like $6, so it's worth it for me. It'll last as long as a stick, and I can take it off if I wanted to. I think butt ends are too expensive, but that will be for a different review. So yeah, you can do whatever you want here, whatever is comfortable. Some people don't like the butt ends at the end. I do. And you can wrap it with tape too for a spiral thing. Tacky Mac has spirals like that as well. But again, it's all personal preference, but I can't really show one for this because I don't use one. But anyways, thank you for watching the video. Hopefully it was helpful. I know I'm awful. This tape job was awful. Again, it's really hard to do on camera, so I apologize for that. If you have any questions, leave them in the description or leave them in below. Check out my in the description here for my Twitter and Instagram. Follow me on there. Helps me get more stuff to do reviews on. Like Warrior sent me this Covert QRL stick, so I can do more reviews and products like that. And subscribe to me on YouTube as well. I'd appreciate it. But anyways, thank you for watching and take it easy.